a lot. He's like, somebody should stay here and watch the horses. And he's like, Malik.
Yeah.
So
Get over here.
So then he's literally got to go. He's like, oh fuck, I guess I got to go now. So yeah, they get in there and they get into the whole fucking
That spiral
the spiral
staircase that's like the biggest thing in the world. And
Yeah.
Malik even falls down
Yeah,
that a
of
little bit
course.
because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
At no point are you ever like, hey, it's Malik. There's a couple times.
Yeah.
I mean, he does kill like 3 or 4 people throughout the movie with his 2 daggers stabbing in the back like D&D style. Like
Yeah.
he rolled a 20.
Yeah.
You know,
He stabs him in the fucking kidneys and shit.
With
every
his
time.
9-sided die
Yeah, something.
that he pooped out.
But then they get to that door, and
Ah.
it takes the combined strength of Wilt Chamberlain's penis and Arnold Schwarzenegger to open
Yes.
that door.
Yeah. Well, of course, that's
They're like
not the
the-
first door that they got to open.
Well,
together.
that's the first one.
Yeah.
But it's not the last.
No.
They are the dynamic duo of
Yeah.
fucking opening doors.
Yeah, opening doors that are mechanically sealed somehow.
They are the
Weird.
dynamic door duo.
Yeah. It's
You
like
know,
what
they're
happened to
all
this
over it.
technology in the last like 2,000 years before fucking Christ or some shit.
Mayans.
Right? Aliens. And now that's when they start fighting the fucking Conan actually gets separated somehow, and then he ends up in the fucking Bruce Lee mirror room.
Yeah, so right before that we saw him, the one-eyed wizard, like get into like a closet of behind the mirror.
Yeah.
Because every mirror's got a closet behind it apparently.
Yeah. There's
Well, he knew
rooms.
the secret one.
And then he
Yeah.
disappears. And that's when Conan walks in the room. The other guys get trapped behind one
they're
of
outside.
the mirrors.
Because it's a one-way mirror, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Or
it's a
two-way
one-way
mir-
door, I guess,
Two-way
too.
mirror, I should say.
So,
right?
well, that's
I don't know how you say it.
No, because they can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can see him, so it's a two-way. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So they can see.
17 ways.
Yeah.
It's a
And
17 layer.
A one-way mirror is just a normal mirror.
Yeah, that's a normal mirror. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was
Anyway,
like,
so they're
fucking
trapped
dumbass.
behind there, and then we know this dude, the one-eyed wizard's in the other one, and then we see the wizard in all of them.
Yes.
And then surrounded, and they all step out, or at least red-cloaked things
Yeah.
step out, and they're all around him. He's fucking surrounded.
He's like a gorilla fucking monster.
Well, we don't see that yet. We just see the red cloak at that point, right?
Yeah.
And then they all form into one.
Yeah.
And then that's when he raises his head, and he's like some weird demon creature, slug man. I don't know.
It looks like
Not really slug
a
man.
mask you could buy today somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Tor Johnson mask, painted brown. and the dude's like ripped and badass too.
And
so
kicks the shit out of
Conan
fucking Conan for a
hit
while.
like doesn't he do the twirlies where he grabs him by the feet and he's like yay,
The
you know, and
spin-
like
the-
spins
that
him around.
scene when they're like looking at Conan's face, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
The big
That-
spin.
that is
Yes. Yeah, it's like something you do with your 3-year-old out
that
in
is
the
a
park.
cinematography faux pas.
Yeah, because he's floating in there, and they're still trying to break in because he's like, "Why don't you magic it open?" He even says it. Malik even says that to Mako too. He's like, "Why don't you magic it open?"
There better be some strong magic there, is all I got to say,
Mhm.
because later on we see that Will just
Yeah, goes
Oh,
through
wow.
it. Yeah, like it was
Had-
nothing.
yeah, he just had sex with another woman.
Yeah, that was
well,
4.
probably with all the people that
It was
were in
5
there.
more.
No, I don't think he limits it to women. He's
No.
probably got,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's probably open to all
Yeah.
sorts
At
of.
this point, yeah, they've all slept with him.
Yeah,
at least
the
3
PETA
times.
you know Malik's the bitch. Come
Yeah,
on.
the PETA people are pissed.
Yeah. And then, that's whenever Conan really gets into that fucking badass battle. And it is, it really is reminiscent of the Bruce Lee
Absolutely.
fight, 100%. It was influenced by it, had to have been. The whole Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon fight where he's fighting with the mirrors.
But
which
then
is cool.
this is where you find out that when you hit the mirrors, though, it hurts the demon. So he's going around breaking all those. And then there's 2 left. And behind one of them's all his friends. Behind the other one's the wizard.
He's
And he looks and he's like, which one am I going to throw it out? Better choose wisely.
yeah.
And then he goes to throw it and he turns completely the opposite way and throws it at the other one and kills the wizard because you think he's going to throw it at his friends the whole time, but he does
Nope.
not, with a smooth little pirouette.
Straight in the chest, too, hits him.
Yeah.
And Tathaman comes out, right, in his normal form, not the gorilla form.
Right.
Right?
His one-eyed, gold-fingered.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
because
think the one-eyed wizard is kind of code for penis?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, probably.
One-eyed wizard.
This movie, again, does have Wilt Chamberlain. in it.
Yeah. Oh, well, is this before or after he turns into glass anyway, right?
So no, this is before because he goes and grabs the key.
Yes.
And then you hear like mirror sounds, but you don't really see anything happening.
Yeah.
And then
the
lights
cloak
start
drops.
going all crazy, and it lights him out, and then he's.
So you know that this thing can only be touched by one person,
Which is what they mentioned in this earlier in the story.
The gem can only be touched by Jenna. She's the prophesized one for it. So yeah, that's whenever they lift up the cloak and it's nothing but broken glass on the inside. And they're like, "Oh, we got to go because the whole fucking place is coming down now." So they actually get back out and they're going away, and the fucking Crystal Castle like disappears and shit too. Disappears. They get back to the other side. Finally, they got everything. Jenna's got the gemstone and everything like that, and they're ready to go. So basically, they're traveling again because they got to go to the part 2 of the quest, to get the horn.
Well, so here's where some wacky stuff happens, right? In this, because isn't this where we see the bouncy rocks when this is coming down?
Yes,
everything's coming down. These huge rocks are falling and they're bouncing.
Yeah,
because they're made of styrofoam.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, they're not. They're real.
It's the gravity,
but
it's okay.
And this is when the riders finally attack, right? The Royal Guard.
No, not yet.
No, okay. I thought we were there.
I thought you said like the writers.
No, yeah.
This is
well,
when the writers attack.
Yeah,
they attack this whole fucking movie, dude.
Jerry Conway and Roy Thomas.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they get ambushed by the guards, right?
Right.
And then he fights them again, but then doesn't Wilt Chamberlain almost like take on fucking Conan again too?
Yeah,
Like they get in the same kind of a battle, like
well,
Zula
like everybody fights a rider for the most part.
Yeah.
And then the one that grabbed Jenna, Conan goes after.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a pretty long fight, actually.
Yeah.
And he ends up killing him, and then Wilt comes barreling out of nowhere and takes a swing at Conan.
Yeah.
Which we know why.
Yeah,
Right.
he was
They
supposed
don't know
to.
why.
Yeah, he
Right.
was supposed to do that as soon as she got the gem, right?
Right.
Because he was going to take her the rest of the way after he killed all of those dudes, but he didn't know there was going to be 3 more guys or 2 more people.
And that's when he's like, "Oh, it's the Queen's Guard."
yeah.
And he's like, "Not by her grace."
Yeah.
Whatever. Get out
He's
of
like,
here.
no, let me keep up this ruse a little bit longer.
And then back
Yeah.
to the encampment, where they're licking their wounds and putting on
Yeah.
Maiko's secret sauce.
Yeah, that's funny too because
And-
Conan's drunk again.
Oh, he's real drunk now. And but this is where Malik is putting the stuff on Grace Jones, and he like keeps going up and further and up her thigh,
Yeah.
and you're like, this
He's
is uncomfortable for me to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
Akiro's secret sauce.
And then finally she like says something,
Yeah,
it's
she's like, "Get the fuck away from me,
yeah,
dumbass."
right.
So he has to back off a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's when Jenna goes up to Conan and is like, "Hey, what would you think about this?" And he's like, "Oh, I got my own queen," and he's like speaking backwards and shit because he's so fucking wasted. Pretty much, yes. The promised I was kingdomed.
Yeah.
He says
the
some
kingdom
weird,
I was promised.
yeah,
I mean,
kingdom
yeah.
I was promised. And then fucking she grabs the salve or whatnot and puts it in. And she's like, "Scream if this hurts." And he doesn't move. And she's like, "Nothing hurts you. Pain only hurts."
Oh
He
my
said something
god!
stupid
Does he
like,
really say that?
yeah, it's something like,
Only pain.
yeah, nothing hurts you, does it? It's only pain. Because he's so fucked up, right? And he's Conan, so yeah, he could take a fucking look and
Only
keep on
pain.
taking
And
it.
he
Right?
says he's going to get up, and then he falls over.
Yeah.
So then she goes over to Grace Jones wants to be strong like she is because he makes some.
Wants to learn how to fight.
Well, he says that she was like strong like that, like Grace Jones.
Yes,
character is,
yeah,
Zula.
or Valeria was.
Valeria
Yeah,
was.
his
I'm
lost
sorry.
one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then she's going to train her how to use the bow staff. Well, now you get drunk ass Conan again. And he's like, if you're going to learn how to use something, learn how to use the sword. And basically has her put it up over her head.
And it hits Malik.
It hits Malik.
He's like, "Oh,
Come forward, and he's like, there you go. Now you know how to use the sword. And
Yeah.
then turns around and walks right into something.
He walks into Boombata and
And then
passes
he
out.
like pans out, and it's Boombata.
Yeah.
I
He
was
walks
like,
in-
you
yeah, he
didn't know
walk-
what he hit.
He walks in and he hits it so hard it makes him pass out pretty much. And he's like, boom. And so he's out.
Yes.
So then we go into the we're getting into where they're going into the temple now. So they're still riding again, and Jenna the whole time is basically like, "So what do you think of Conan? Conan's pretty cool, huh? Right? He's a pretty sweet
You
guy.
think he likes me?
Maybe."
And she gets
yeah.
love advice from fucking Malik.
Yeah, I
dude.
know, right? And he's like, maybe it's whenever two people come together.
when they join.
Yeah, he's like,
Well,
And
a guy loves a woman,
Well-
and I'm like,
Wait, wait.
where is this going?
Wilt Chamberlain's like, yeah, we did come together.
yeah, he's already slept with 4 people.
Yeah,
Again. So we're probably up to about 35 now.
Is it like Team Bukkake?
I don't know.
Almost. Yeah.
Oh. one
So,
one team, one hole.
Just
So-
one big ding.
well, apparently she's still a virgin at this point too. So, because she's still got the jewel, and they get to that
The
castle.
sandcastle.
Yeah, they get to that weird fucking place again. They go into the deal, and this is door number 2 that they open together, right?
No, he doesn't need fucking Wilt's help to fucking open this.
Oh, the
door.
first door he gets through
Yeah,
by
he
himself.
opens that motherfucker by himself, and it's like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 foot thick, and you're like, all right.
Yeah.
But the dynamic door duo is not done.
No, so they get to
No.
that other inner door, and they're lifting that big giant fucking door up, which again is on mechanics somehow, some weird kind of a deal. Because
Because Malik slides under there and puts a lock on.
what's funny is like they get it halfway up, and Malik's like, "Here, let me help you."
Yeah,
And he goes to the middle and he pushes on the skull that's in the middle. He's like, "Malik, go underneath," and he's like, "Well, I'm helping you." He's like, "Malik." He does it again, because he's fucking pissed off at him.
Well, and on the way here, there's the weirdest scene with Grace Jones and the rat.
Oh yeah,
Where she just starts freaking out,
Yeah.
and she's like in the corner cowering, and
Yeah.
then
They-
it's like she acknowledges that she's kind of being a bitch, and she's like, "Oh, okay."
yeah. They all turn back and look at her, and they're like, "Huh?
Yeah.
You're afraid of those things?
Right,
For
right.
real? Right? Rats, and you can kick the shit out of Boombata and fucking everybody else, but a rat?" She's like, like
Maybe
freaks
she had
out.
a traumatic experience where they ate part of her finger off or something.
I don't know. Well, she looked like she had all of her fingers.
Oh, okay. Maybe it killed her little sister.
That's why they were looking for
'Cause
food.
you rats.
Yeah, then they get into the inside, and that's whenever isn't Akiro reading the shit too?
Yeah, he's reading the scrolls on the wall, and there's fire, so obviously somebody's been here recently.
Yeah, the
You know?
fire's eternal or some
Yeah.
shit like that. It's got a
Well,
big
so was the
mouth
torch
opening.
that was hanging up above then.
Right,
Just
right.
saying.
Yeah,
So
I think
they're better.
no. Doesn't Akiro light the torch with some magic?
He does the one that he has,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like earlier they're walking through and there's a torch like on
On
a
the-
sconce or
That's
something.
Yeah,
Looks
like
somebody's
someone had-
just been here.
Yeah.
But they don't acknowledge that yet
No.
because she actually does walk through the fire and gets
Into that mouth of that thing.
Yeah, she puts the jewel down, and then that
It turns
opens the
red,
deal.
which you know is evil.
Yeah.
It's the 80s.
And they go. She goes through the deal, and then she grabs the horn. So she's got
Right.
it now. So as soon as she gets out, she's got to put it in a bag that fucking Boombata's got, right?
Right.
So she puts that in there, and then they're on their way out, and that's when the gauntlet dude comes out.
Yeah.
They're like the keepers of the horn, pretty much.
Right.
That's not the guard at that point, because that's just the keeper of the horn, isn't it? There's some different guys, right?
You're talking about the whole group. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the keepers of the horn. There's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of them, and the one guy's talking about the keepers of the horn.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
We've been
And-
waiting for you our whole
And
life.
Conan's like, enough talk, and just starts slaughtering people.
Yeah, yeah. He throws a knife. He throws his dagger. Gets rid of that.
Yeah.
And kills the first dude. And then they get a big ass battle. But the part I like about that is they're running down the hallway, and they're all going back into the inside chamber. And Conan stops and goes, "Oh!" Spreads his arms out really fucking wide. Him and Boombata are standing there, and he kind of does his whole clutch of the sword and everything like that, where he's about to attack. And they all stop because they know how
Yeah.
fucking badass he is, because he just wiped out like 18 dudes anyway. Right, so they get back into the deal, and then Conan starts fighting them off. Pretty
Yeah,
much, he's
yeah.
kicking the shit out. Boombata's like baseball swinging everybody,
Right.
like left-handed too. Like he's a badass left-handed, right? And he's kicking the shit out of everybody. Boombata goes underneath it, and then he decides, guess what? I'm gonna disengage the lock. Right, so that was another kind of a way that he's gonna try to get rid of Conan.
Get rid of Conan, on
Yeah.
the other side of this door. But Conan, of course, rolls under.
He Indiana Jones that shit.
Yeah, at the
You know what I
last
mean?
second.
Yeah, like rolls
As
underneath
you
it.
would
Gives
if you were
boom.
Conan.
Right. That's a good segue. I was just going to say this is definitely a lot of killing for an 80s PG movie.
Yeah,
But this wasn't this one of the first PG movies after like Dune and Dreamscape?
Yeah, you're
that
probably
they all
right,
had to
yeah.
go PG for more family friendly shit.
Well, they
Yeah.
just
It was
Oh no, I'm sorry.
PG
I was
was a
thinking.
bit broader.
Yeah,
back then.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of PG-13. Never mind.
Right.
Never mind.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it like the 70s and 80s where PG movies had like nudity in it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was
yeah,
only
yeah.
PG. There was only G, PG, and R.
Right.
So
right.
they
it
brought
was
it.
a simpler time.
Yeah, they brought it down from an R to a PG to appeal for a more family friendly. But there's a lot of killing in this movie.
Yeah.